guys, just a quick little video. This is my last TEMU haul, at least until things are figured out. Any of you that order from TEMU are probably very much aware at this point that we are now charged import charges on our items, and it's like 60% of your order, of your total cost, then 60% above that. So I did a mock order a while back, and I did $50 worth of items, and it added $192 in import charges. And I was like, yeah, okay, I'm done with TEMU for a little while. But I had an order that had been just kind of hanging out in the middle of space for quite some time. Let me see if I can, if it'll still show me. Let me see. Like, go into my messages. Yes. So I will, see if it'll give me the tracking. No, it won't show me. It won't show me the tracking on it. But I pretty much know most of the dates anyway. So back on March 18th, I placed this order. So that was before the tariffs went into place. It was 9 items that I had ordered, and everything was going smoothly. It went through customs, and then on April 30th, I got a message that it had been placed on the courier's truck. April 30th. Or April 20th, sorry. And then nothing. April 20th was the last, very, very last update I got on my order. And so I waited and I waited and I waited because, stuff happens. And time went by. I got an automatic $5 credit from TEMU because it missed its delivery window. It was supposed to be delivered by May 7th. Well, May 7th rolled around and nothing. So I got that automatic $5 credit. Well, this particular order had a $30 or a 30-day no update refund, and it also had a 75-day no delivery refund that were attached to it. So I waited the 30 days with no contact, which would have just been 3 days later, May 10th. I tried to do a refund, and it just kept telling me, no. UPS says it's still in transit. You have to wait to get your item to get your refunds. And I'm like, well, that's the problem. They're not moving. I don't know where they're at. They're still listed as on a courier's truck as of April 20th. And so I waited another week, and then finally I figured out how to contact customer service for TEMU. And I'm like, it's been 45 days now with no movement of my order. There's been no updates. It hasn't been delivered. So I'm respectfully asking for my order to be refunded. Not a problem. Bam. Within minutes, I got notification because I always go through PayPal for my TEMU orders. Got the instant notification from PayPal that my order had been refunded. And I'm like, all right, that one's a wash. Okay, bummer. I really like the stamp sets that I ordered. One was a baby, and I'm like, it's a bummer, but it is what it is. I'll deal with it. Well, the next morning, no, it wasn't even the next morning. It was that evening. I get notification that there's some updates on my TEMU orders. And I'm like, what? So I log in, and lo and behold, it says my order that, mind you, I just got refunded, probably not even 6 hours earlier, has left the Los Angeles distribution center. And I'm like, what is up with that? And I'm like, must be a mistake because I couldn't track it on the app anymore because it says it was refunded, lost in shipment. I couldn't track it. Well, this morning I get a notification on my app. Your order has been delivered. And lo and behold, it's the missing order. Of course, now it's been refunded. TEMU has already said that after the refunding, if I get the packages, I don't have to return anything. And I'm like, oh, great. So guess what arrived today? All my stuff that I ordered. So I'm just going to show you what my last TEMU haul looks like because once I finish my farmland game, I'm not ordering from TEMU unless I can get local and free shipping. I'm not paying $2.99 an item. I'm not going to order $30 from any given store to get free shipping. It'll be under very, very, very restrictive guidelines that I will be ordering from TEMU for the near future, if at all. But so I'm going to start out by showing what I had ordered was a bright cover for my Roku remote control. If you've watched enough of my videos, you've seen me struggle with having all of my stuff black up against my black silicone mat, and I lose it all the time. This glows in the dark. I don't need a glow in the dark because, hello, if I'm in here, my lights are on. I'm not working in the dark. But it's okay. It's bright. And that was my point. I wanted something bright so that even if my remote control was upside down on my desk, I can see it. It also has the string that I can hang it from somewhere. But there's really nowhere in my computer room to hang it unless I can put it there on my camera. But it's going to be in the way. As you can see, it's swinging into the camera view. So, I did put this on, but I may actually take it back off. But I'll decide that at a later point in time. I also ordered these two old school typewriter. See, that's new school. Printer's new school. Typewriter ribbons for my ancient typewriter over there that I also won in an auction. Cost me $5. Because what I want to do, and maybe my subscribers can help me out with this. I'm going to use it to type up and age like old invoices, and I'm gonna type up like card catalog stuff with that typewriter. So send me your book ideas. Your favorite book and author, or even just a favorite author, for that matter. And I'll research and figure out what the card catalog would actually look like. Hopefully, I'll getting those typed up. But I'm doing it with old school technology. I'm not printing it on my computer. I'm not using a word processing program. I'm doing it old school on a very old typewriter. My ink, unfortunately, will still be new, but there's only so much that, is available there. Also in that order is this cute little baby toy for little Mr. Man. My little bonus baby. Ironically enough, his mama just bought him this at Walmart like 2 weeks ago. And I'm like, oh, I saw it on TEMU and I fell in love with it and thought it would be fun for him because he's teething. And these are all, rubber and chewable. So I'm like, and she bought the exact same one. So I find that kind of funny. But it's here. It may stay here at Grandma's. I'm not sure. We'll figure that out. But I got all of these stamps. And this is what I was bummed about my order not arriving. And I got these. Ooh, sorry, that was a big glare. Die cuts. Oh, Steinmetz Family Farm Report's on. There, little bows. So be watching. I'm gonna be cutting some bows out and getting those listed in my Etsy shop. I got these stamps. because I was thinking some of these might fit over. I've got leaf die cuts that, they just print out as a solid leaf. And I think a lot of these, or some of these, will fit on those, and I can put some design to those. But obviously I got to test that out. Oh, my goodness. I'm sorry. How about that glare? If I'd have realized it was going to glare so bad, I would have opened these ahead of time. See if this is better. A little. So I have those. I gotta take them out of the plastic anyway. I definitely need to reorganize my stamp drawers because my ones that I keep these ones in are full. So I gotta, I need to, here's those ones. I need to rethink how I'm storing my third drawer, which is ones that are still on rubber backings. So, little plates. It does have, this one is separate, the best wishes, but any word stamp you have that would fit in there would work. So there's that one. This was a set. Ugh. So this is old. There's a light post, flower box, some lights, old windows, old doors, brick walls. Very cool backgroundy stuff. This is telephones and typewriters. Old telephone booth. I have one of these. A real one. I got bit by a dog. Purchasing an old cash register. At an antique place. Long time ago. Didn't think I'd be able to scale the side of my truck, but boy did I. And the dog still got me. I ended up getting reimbursed for the cash register because the guy felt bad that his dogs bit me. But yeah, he learned a lesson in making sure if his business is open for operation, his dog should be secured. Secured. Not in a pen that they could jump, which is what happened. As I was coming out of the store and I had my cash register in my hand, the dogs jumped their fence and came at me, and I tossed the cash register into the bed of my truck and jumped onto the wheel well and hopped over the edge like lickety split. How I managed to do that, I mean, pure adrenaline, because I had already had a long history of sciatic issues. So, yeah, it was a pure adrenaline. Calligraphy stuff, so scissors. You've got I don't know what these are called, but brick machinery, tile. I've got a bigger one of these, so that's kind of cool. But I got two like date stamps now. And then the last in that set is this one, this is going to be cool when I'm making those invoices. Same with this. I got to look this up. I don't know what this is. Benger's Food for Infants, Invalids, and the Aged. Balsamic Elixir. So this is a fun little set. But again, like I said, these 6 were sold together. And I can't even pull my order up, so I can't tell you anything about like how much they were or anything. And then this last set was a 2-piecer. I had to order, they suckered me in. And I ended up ordering both because this die set goes with this stamp set. Where I'm going to store the stamps, I have no idea. But like, so this piece right here, this stamp or die, it fits that stamp right there. Am I on camera? Yeah. You got the round ones. You got the oval ones. You got these ticket type shape ones. Like a badge. It's going to be fun when I do my ID cards. But these say all kinds of different things. Some of them don't really say anything. They, you know, it's like fake writing. But yeah, fun. But you could buy the stamps. You could buy the die cuts. But you couldn't buy them as a set. So I had to buy them separately. But I do have that. And this is going to be fun. I'm going to have a lot of fun playing with these. And I don't know. I'm gonna have to break these down into 2 sets in order to store them, because mine are stored on half sheets. I don't know if anybody watching currently has seen how I do it. So I have a half sheet of construction paper. I use the yellow because I don't like using the yellow on my projects. But I have a sheet of acetate, like this clear acetate here. And I sew it on, and then I move all of my stamps to this, and this stores in my... In fact, I have some behind me. I don't know why I did that the hard way. They're stored in here. I have one out. Alphas and numbers. I can put it away now that I'm not using it. But yeah, so I sew it down. And then I pull all the stamps off and I put them on here. I can't tell you, once they go in here, I couldn't tell you who the stamps were from, because I separate them out by what their topic is. So, like, well, this is all one set. But, let me see if I can find a for example. Okay, so like this one. This is several different sets of stamps. And they're all like postage-y type stuff. This too. This is all mixtures. Are my signatures and with my words. Yes. So this one is all signatures. And it's from, I think, 3 different sets. But instead of having them done by creator, and I'm like, okay, I've done them by topic. It makes it easier for me. But as you can see, this is not going to hold all of those. So I'm going to have to split them in half. I can't even do like all square and then other shapes. So I'm going to have to brain this one for sure. But that is, like I said, that is my last TEMU haul until either the import charges drop back off or go away completely. Other than being able to order local and with free shipping. So thanks for tuning in, and we will talk to you later. I'm going to go listen to the Steinmetz family farm report. So we will talk to you later. Bye.